Vikings related, because it's hard to get away from that subject for very long, even though we kind of want to based on where we are. And we'll give you a couple of, during the Prism Show wrap, of the highlights of our first program ever from the lovely island of Maui. Stay tuned.
This is Dan Barreiro on the Fan. Bumper to bumper, Maui moments.
Well, you know, another problem with these trips, whether you're broadcasting on location from here or you're just doing the vacation, is you can find yourself, if you do this the wrong way, which I often do, depressed after the first day because you like it so much and you go, well, God, there's only 5.5 days left, and then tomorrow there's going to be 4. We're almost going back already. I'm already getting emotional about it. It's the end of our first show, and I'm going, well, now that puts us that much closer to what will be our fourth and final show.
Yeah, but it's still
trip.
2 o'clock island time. I mean, the day's not over. Like at home, the day would be over, basically. You go home, you might have some dinner.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Well, are you saying you want to do midday?
It's the best time slot, I think, because you don't have to get up too early to do it.
That's true.
You're done by 3 or 4. You can play golf 18 holes if you want.
I don't think anybody's
before you have to get
defer
in.
To us. I think we're stuck. With
No, I mean I think we're in good shape where we are. But so what I think you definitely need to pick up a book about some kind of Zen book about living in the moment, not thinking about. Don't worry about the future already. Don't worry about that 10:55 flight to LAX we have on Wednesday, March 6th.
That sounds
Don't think
good.
about that.
Yeah.
Think about right now.
Okay.
This moment.
Well, I did earlier. I had a couple of those.
Yeah.
And then I actually had an idiot on Twitter go, well, yeah, you're so distracted, you're not even paying attention. That was the bit with Laval. I mean, that was because he had just said, people are amazing. But
my goal this week is I'm not going to get in any Twitter battles.
Well, lately,
I know.
You're way ahead of me.
I know.
You're engaging in a lot more Twitter battles than me, and it's not even close.
Including,
not even close.
Well, I blame Richard Pitino for that. I blame... a 14 and 16 season or whatever they finished. I blame the Gophers for that.
You should have. You should blame them for it.
So was it Tuesday night? No, we lost Wednesday night. The Gophers did. That was kind of the last time I'd get into it after a Gopher game. So I went out swinging, the night before we came here. And so for this trip, though, I'm off of that. I'm not going to get in any Twitter battles.
For the moment.
Yeah, until we get back to the mainland. Then I'll probably re-engage. But this one, that's going to be my goal. I don't know if I'll be successful, but I'm going to try.
I don't know if this is me losing myself in the moment or not, or revealing myself to be a fraud on this particular issue. But do we know, I mean, we even talked about, and we haven't given up hope on perhaps getting a world-class surfer on the program. I'm not a great surfing mind. I know I like watching it.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm incredibly amazed and impressed. Because we're talking world-class waves.
Yes.
Where these guys do this stuff, like the North Shore of Oahu. I assume part of I don't know how Maui is from a surfing standpoint, but am I a fraud saying that if they made surfing a competition like in the Summer Olympics, I'd love it, and yet I constantly rip.
Yeah, what's the difference? Snowboarding.
I constantly rip snowboarding.
Does
that make me a fraud?
It's basically the same tool.
Somehow I feel there's something greater about surfing.
It's just mostly because you think everything has to do with tropical and oceans and waves and palm trees.
It's more than that.
What is it?
It's that, and
guys have their shirts off.
No,
you like that? And snowboarding, they're all bundled up. You're holding the. They have six packs
too. That was uncalled for.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, it's a generational issue that you probably have difficulty understanding. Some of the older folks in our crowd might be able to get it. If you grew up on Wide World of Sports, on that show,
that's true.
I think you have, because that was the beauty of that show was how esoteric it was in terms of the number. I mean, they had cliff diving. I'm sitting here watching cliff diving, for God's sake. But because it was on Wide World of Sports, it felt like it was presented right, and it was something different and romantic and exotic about it. It didn't have anything to do with the fact that the guys had their shirts off, I don't think. And so that I sort of grandfather surfing in, because I kind of put it in that same category.
Yeah, you would be a fraud on that. I mean, because this is the new. Well, I don't want to say it's the new age, but so if it was presented
you don't even
better,
believe that.
But if it was presented better, then you think you might enjoy snowboarding?
No.
Was it Jim McKay? Is he Wide World of Sports?
No, the bigger challenge for me on snowboarding is.
You called them all potheads 2 weeks ago.
No, I did.
Yeah,
that's a generalization.
100% what you did. No, yes, you did, and I called you out on it at the time. You go, they go back to their chalet, smoke weed, and get back out there.
Truth is a defense.
Not for all of them. Not for all of them.
Most
it's
of them.
a huge
MAUI,
generalization. Yeah. The surfers, I'm sure, are super clean.
Well, no, but my point is that now I lost my train of thought on the surfers because I had another good surfing that was going to
differentiates it.
No, now it's coming back to me. Yeah, the difference is nobody forces me to like surfing. They let surfing come to me. You and a number of others are basically insisting that I absolutely have to love.
No.
This particular activity,
I'm just
and you're
surprised
not
you
modern enough or progressive enough if you don't let things evolve. It's like, no, you still it doesn't do anything for me. I'm sorry. It's just a bunch of acrobats.
I'm just surprised that you don't like it, given, like you said, the affinity for surfing. There's some similarities in how they've got to move around, how they got to stay balanced on that board. It can't be easy. I'm just surprised.
Could you do a surfing Olympics? But then the problem is, can you create? How do you manufacture those waves? And then how is it judged?
Well, they have competitions. Why couldn't you? I mean,
how do you judge surfing? That's why I want a surfer on. I want somebody to explain it to us.
Well,
one of them we wanted on that I asked you about, sadly, had a really bad accident. Right, a Maui big shot surfer.
Yep.
Had a really bad. I mean, they can get. You want to talk about injuries?
He broke his face.
I mean, basically broke his
literal.
face.
He broke his face on Coral Reef.
Stuff.
He went under a wave.
Right.
Well, when I was walking on the boardwalk earlier today, they have surfboards for rent and surfing companies. We could find one of those guys too that goes out, that maybe aren't professionals but are part of the trade that could tell you the ins and the outs of everything.
I'm greedy. I want one.
I know. You want to do
the best in the world.
You want the broken
Mick
face
Fleetwood.
guy.
I want all the. I want all the. We mentioned the top 10 Maui celebrity list. Is there any shot at any of them? Do you think? Who was on the list? Oprah. Unlikely.
Steven Tyler.
We
were supposed to have Steven Tyler in studio 5 years ago.
Yes,
remember
we
that?
had a Steven Tyler connection. His producer, what's his name? You just mentioned his
Jack
name.
Douglas.
Jack Douglas, who was brilliant with us thanks to Drummer Guy. He basically presented us with Jack Douglas, who worked. He's the last guy to work with John Lennon on an album. He was working in the studio with John Lennon the night he was shot. Told some unbelievable stories. And Steven Tyler was his guy.
That's right.
Basically. And then wasn't the story Douglas told that after he had helped Tyler kind of clean up his act, then they reversed it, and wasn't it Tyler that helped Douglas?
I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember the sequence, but there were some great stories, so we figured we had it in there, but still unlikely on him.
Owen Wilson, you ripped, so we're not going to get him.
I just said he shouldn't be number 4 on the list of top 10.
You're underrating Wedding Crashers, first of all.
That's a great movie.
It's a classic.
I don't deny that.
Owen Wilson. The problem is Owen
Wilson's very, very good comedian, comic actor. I agree totally with that.
Wouldn't you just love to have him here? And this is Barreiro on The Fan.
Yeah,
just have him do The Fan in the Owen Wilson.
Well, he
thing.
did a movie. In fact, I say it was set in Maui, not an extremely successful kind of a caper film. And it was definitely in the Hawaiian Islands. It was either Oahu or here, I think.
He lives
very funny
out by the airport, kind of like north.
Okay.
He lives over that way. I did my due diligence on all the celebrities to
Who
try
else
to
is
get
on the list? Clint Eastwood, unlikely.
Yeah, I think he's in California
We ain't
right
gonna
now.
get
Don
him.
Nelson.
Don Nelson.
He's on the way other coast, I think.
Yeah, it's a big island.
Yeah, he's way over there. So, because I think we could get him. We could have gotten him.
Nelly?
Yeah.
I don't think we got him to come here.
Well, not from there. If he was in Lahaina, I feel
Nelly.
like we could get him, but he's not in Lahaina.
Nelly. And then who else was on it? We forget. Guy from Cheers.
Oh, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson was on it.
He loved Minnesota when he did his most recent film.
He did. He lost himself in our eyes or something like that.
Yes, he loved it. He went to a couple festivals. It was during the summer. He liked it a lot.
Yeah. So, I don't know. If you're handicapping it, I'm not sure we got a shot at any of them.
But it's early. It's night one.
It is night one. And then I'm still, there's this Mick Fleetwood deal where he's performing Sunday night apparently at his own restaurant. And there's some tickets available, but they're basically the only thing that's left are standing room or the sort of VIP meet and greet deal. So there's a part of me that says, even though it's expensive, as you said, maybe it's a tax write-off.
If you
Beyond
if
that,
you book him for the show, it absolutely is.
Maybe I'm able to then book him. But I'm going to be so disappointed if he says no. That's the problem. Then I'll feel, I don't know, I'll just feel somehow, crushed.
Do you think?
Because he ordinarily probably doesn't listen to us a lot.
I'm guessing not.
I'm going on that limb.
Do you think your wife could help book him? Because I've done that before.
Well, I don't know.
Where you ease the tension.
You know why
I
want to have the number one reason I want to have Mick Fleetwood on, beyond the music that he's created, Fleetwood Mac's unbelievable history, is how good he looks at his age. Because think of the number of rockers. Now I know he's not a classic rocker, but rock groups.
Yeah,
he looks terrific. He looks healthier now than he ever did. How do you do that?
You live in Maui.
Living? Is it clean living, or is it because you live in Maui?
You live in Maui, and the rest is history.
It's unbelievable how good he. What's the secret? I mean, if you look at Keith, if you were Keith Richards, or I was that close to you.
Yep.
I'm guessing you would look embalmed. I mean, and so he's another kind of miracle. It's like, well, how do you put all the stuff you put in your body, and you're even alive at all, no matter regardless of how you look. But I mean, Keith Richards he's got the lines, of authenticity that he wears. Meanwhile, Fleetwood, I mean, honestly, he looks like he's
Kessler's age though. He's 70.
Oh, he's 70.
Yeah,
he's not quite as old.
No,
he's 70. Kessler's age.
He's Kessler's age.
He'll love that.
Yeah.
He'll absolutely love that. Well, maybe that explains something. And Matt and Maui, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'd say
with
Maui takes a few years off your life.
Yeah. Well, then the next trip should be Kauai because the island's smaller. And so if you're on the other side of the island, that's still like 20 minutes.
We could get people.
So we could probably pretty much get anybody.
Okay.
Maybe, Todd Rundgren, for example. Let's get the Prism show wrap in. I'll give you a Vikings update, quarterback situation, and then we'll
see if Kirk Cousins has Instagrammed anybody from a different airport. Different wide receiver.
And we will review our first show from Maui. It's been very memorable, at least for us. Stay tuned.
Join KFAN along with Super America at the Twin Cities Auto Show, March 10th through the 18th at the Minneapolis Convention Center. You can win tickets to major concert events all across the Twin Cities while watching live broadcasts featuring your favorite iHeartRadio personalities. More information, KFAN.com, keyword Auto Show, driven by your local Twin Cities Honda dealers.
It's the Bumper to Bumper Show Wrap, brought to you by Prism Clinical Research. Bumper to Bumper Maui Moments.
Yeah, this is it. Wrapping up show number 1 from Kaanapali Beach Hotel, more specifically. Been a absolutely beautiful day. A lot of folks have been kind enough to hang here in front of us. I feel bad for them in a way because it's like
I don't think so.
There's so much to do, but they're probably getting to it. And we've got a number of folks, as we said, who weren't even on our trip from Minnesota who learned that we were here and stopped by to see us. And several, I've just checked my emails, who intend to do so next week.
That'll be fun
as well, which should be fun as well. We've been offering up some Maui, I guess you could say, not only Maui moments, but quirky facts about Maui that you may or may not have known. Not far from here, Guardsy. This should be on your list because this is easily doable.
Okay.
The banyan tree in the center of Lahaina is one of the largest in the world. There's a couple photos of it. I'm pretty sure we've seen it. It's massive. Famous Lahaina banyan tree was 8 feet tall when planted in 1873 and is now a truly astounding sight. Dozens of massive trunks are spread over nearly an acre of land.
It's one tree?
It's one tree. I mean, that's history right there.
And that's 10 minutes away.
Don't mess with that tree.
No, I would not mess with the tree.
You wouldn't leave. You wouldn't be leaving Maui, I don't think.
What do you think the practicality of? I've wondered about this for like an hour. Could we do one of the shows next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, where you and I, not in the same hammock, but are in 2 different hammocks, and we just do the whole show?
That's an idea. It's an idea. Well, that's all depends on your ability to do the technology.
Well, the technology would be easy.
Would it be easy?
Yeah, we just put the equipment in the middle.
Yeah.
We'd have to wear the headsets. Laying in the hammock might be hard to read your computer, but you can lay on your stomach, put the computer on the ground.
You don't need the computer for that. By the way, I like that idea.
Maybe think about it. Do a segment from a hammock.
Weekend. Yeah.
We do a segment at least.
Maybe a couple. Each island in Hawaii has an official color and flower. Did you know that?
Did not.